Lazarus episode 9 has now just aired on Adult Swim, so let's freaking talk about it.
From anime legend Shinichiro Watanabe, Lazarus premieres April 5th at midnight in Toonami.
So the newest episode of Lazarus has just aired on Adult Swim, and look, you guys know I've been very critical of Lazarus. And I said I was going to wait until the episodes kept coming. Wasn't giving up hope to see where the connection was going to be with all the events that have happened so far, to whether or not they are just wasted episodes or they actually have meaning. Episode 9 not only reinstilled my hope in this was the best episode of the whole entire series so far. This is what I've been waiting for, an episode like this. So it starts out with this guy that we don't know, a new character that is just walking through on the streets as bullets are getting flown, knocking people over. Like, my man's just walking, and there's this shooter, and he doesn't even flinch. And then it goes into the next scene. So we have Chris waking up, but Axel and another guy, they're gone to get groceries. Meanwhile, there's a meeting going on at the Pentagon with the higher ups, and it's about Lazarus. So Lazarus are now being held accountable for the actions of what they have occurred in the previous episode, which is something that I wanted to see. I wanted to see how them going on these missions would be affecting everyone else around them and, other governments and stuff like that. We now know that the incident that just happened in the last week's episode when they saved Chris has caused massive tension between Russia and the United States now. So there is huge tension going on here, which is what I wanted to see, because them going into those international waters and doing that has to have repercussions. And so do the other missions. So already we are seeing that they aren't just for nothing. So then we have the blonde fella, who is part of Lazarus, come in and testify here. So they are trying to be like, do we get rid of Lazarus or do we keep them running? Because so far they haven't done anything. They haven't found Skinner. They're not even anywhere near it. But then luckily Leland, who's the guy that testifies, does it in a way where he testifies to say that we needed to get Chris because she's a vital, important part of this whole entire crew to find Skinner. We need him. So this is justifiable. So with that, we get a surprise message from Skinner himself, a new video. And he basically says, like, he hasn't taken the pill, and he's disappointed that no one's found him, and he is disappointed to what they're all doing. They're too busy fighting each other to worry about it. And this is where the bald guy steps up after that, and he says, look, Skinner said everything I was going to say. We're too busy focusing on fighting each other rather than going out there and finding this guy. And I love the bit where he's like, what are you going to do? You're going to stop Lazarus now from doing this and we don't get a chance to find Skinner? And then what? You're going to be the ones to blame for the end of humanity? Do you want that? I love that. So I love the conflict that's going on there. But then the second half of this episode is freaking insane. So that same guy that we saw early on with the glasses, he is known as the ghost that no one knows. And we find out that there's these two people. One of the military guys that knows and served with the bald guy. And another person that's there that's very, very intelligent that never met the guy that was supposed to be introduced. He wants Axel. They're after Axel. And they're like, Axel's the guy that fits everything that we know about escaping the prison. So they want to hire this assassin guy. And so the assassin guy comes to them and he's like, look, I can do it. It's going to cost you 30 million. It's going to cost you this, that. And they're like, whoa, I ain't going to pay that. I need to guarantee that you can do this. So he's like, all right, set up a test then. Let's do it. So what they do is he's in this building, right? They send in 2 squads of high military people. My man, when I say rip them to shreds, he literally ripped them to shreds. My man channeled his inner Batman, his inner John Wick, his inner Assassin's Creed, his inner underworld vampire, whatever you want to call it. He went in on these people. And it wasn't just a simple beat them up. My man was killing them. He was decapitating them. He did not hold back. We got to see how serious of a threat this guy truly was. The action was phenomenal. Like, you had knife action, you had throwing knife action, like on a string. You had him breaking necks over freaking railings. You had him doing all sorts of stuff, man. It was bloody and gory. Like, you saw it all, which is something I really, really liked. But it's the atmosphere and the presence of this guy that they just set. They set the tone right here to say, this guy's a threat. And now he is gonna go after Axel. And I love the moment at the end where the leader comes in of like the military guy, people that he's sending. He's like, I need an update. I need an update. And then the guy that just did all that, the ghost, just walks up to him and goes, he really did overdo it this time. And I'm sitting there like, this guy does not give an F. So now that he's got the picture of Axel and they're like, this is the guy we want you to go after. And this is what I've been waiting for. Lazarus are going after Skinner. Meanwhile, we now have this threat looming over them, especially Axel, and is going to go after them. And this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see them be challenged as they're doing this mission to get Skinner, because that's something that would be happening. And now I want to see how Axel's going to handle this, because Axel, we know, is the mastermind of getting away, evading, parkour, and stuff like that. But what happens when he meets this guy? With this guy having the intention to kill or capture this guy. It's going to be freaking phenomenal. I can't wait for next week's episode. Like, Lazarus has been an anime right now where I've been kind of sitting there like, yeah, you know, the next episode's coming, I'll watch it and stuff like that. But this is truly the first time since the very first episode where I was excited after the trailers to watch it. This is the first time I've actually sat down and gone, I can't wait to watch the next episode. I can't wait because I'm so freaking excited, because this episode has now instilled me this hope that this show is about to hit the peaks of peaks that I had been expecting from it. Now, that might be just a personal thing for me. Maybe I did have too high expectations, but it's starting to meet them now. And now, this is why I said previous when I said, look, I'm not going to rip it to shreds yet, because as more episodes come on later on in the series, everything could be tied together in a couple of episodes, and I would look back on those other episodes and be like, it makes more sense. This episode started to do that, and I just hope it continues down this quality route now, because if it does, I'm going to see this in a different light. I'm going to enjoy this differently. I'm going to look back at the other episodes and be like, okay, they are much better now that I have all this. So again, it's another be patient and let it come to you moment. But this episode was awesome, man. I can't wait to see this ghost go after Axel. I really, truly can't. It's just brilliant. It really is. And I love how Axel and that are already thinking, maybe they want to get rid of us because we know too much. Like, are they actually going to give us our freedom? So we're getting those questions as well. But let me know what you guys thought of episode 9. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.